What's up, you guys? I'm Aaron. Welcome to Aftershock. Today we're going to be doing the WWE NXT TakeOver The End is the Beginning review from last night's event. I have to say it was quite a show. Not the very best, but it was definitely very entertaining and definitely worth the subscription price of $9.99 on the WWE Network. So let's just dive right on into it. The first matchup was Ty Dillinger, the Perfect 10, versus Andrade Cien Almas. Cien's debut match, we've been seeing his vignette for maybe 2 months now, maybe not 2 months, but a few weeks now. Don't know much about him. I know he used to wrestle as a masked wrestler in Mexico and Japan. But now he's got the mask off. He's wrestling. He's really good, actually. I was really surprised. He brought some really unique moves. Really like his style. The double moonsault was cool. He tried a moonsault. They rolled out of the way and landed and immediately done another moonsault. I've seen that a few times on the indies, but that was really cool to see actually on NXT. The backflip knees were sick. Ty Dillinger was bent over and he did the cartwheel and then the backflip with the knees to the shoulders and the neck. That was really cool. Cien Almas wins his debut match via a pair of double knees to a seated Ty Dillinger in the corner. That was really cool and really actually a vicious finishing maneuver. I really liked that actually. Match was about a 5.5 out of 10, maybe 6. It was pretty good, pretty decent. Next matchup was the Revival versus American Alpha for the NXT Tag Titles. These two teams just have good matches together. American Alpha is by far my favorite team in NXT right now. They had at one point in the match they had a double ankle lock on each member of the Revival in the middle of the ring. That was really cool. They had the crowd. American Alpha just had the crowd. That's all I can say about it. They had the crowd like this. The Revival had Gable cut off of the ring for a lot of the match, and you could tell they just put a beating on Chad Gable. But then when Jason Jordan finally got that hot tag, it was crazy. He was fire in there. The drop kick German suplex was really cool. Chad Gable had him in a German position, and Jason Jordan drop kicked him, or vice versa. I don't remember. Drop kicked him, and then a German. It was really cool. And Gable had a super belly to belly. He had him up on his shoulders in the chicken position, sitting there, and I guess they were going for some type of double team maneuver on Chad Gable, but Gable ends up grabbing him and belly to belly him off of his shoulders. That was really cool. But in the end of the day, the end of the match, the Revival actually win via the Shatter Machine, and we have new NXT Tag Champs, 2-time champs, I might add, and I don't think that's ever done before. I think these are first team. Will American Alpha be called up to the main roster? It's hard to tell because post-match, 2 big guys in black attire, a black wife beater, black cargos, black gloves, attacked American Alpha, viciously attacked, I might add, with some really, really sick and cool maneuvers. And later we seen at the end of the attack, the camera goes up to the stage, and WWE legend, former manager of the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors, Paul Ellering at the top of the stage. I guess he's going to be managing this new team. That's really cool to see a old manager actually come back to manage, because I don't think we see that enough nowadays. I don't think we see enough strict managers. We need a couple. I mean, yeah, Paul Heyman's Brock Lesnar's guy, but Brock Lesnar actually is fighting in UFC 200, so I don't know what the hell's happening with him. But anyways, later I come to find out, I think the team is, they're named Authors of Pain or something. But yeah, we'll see. Time will tell. Time can only tell. Next matchup was probably, in my opinion, by this far in the show, about halfway through this match, I called it. This was the match of the card, the match that stole the show. Austin Aries versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Great chain wrestling in the beginning. I always like to see some good technical wrestling, especially in the beginning of matches. It was a really hard-hitting style match. I know Aries has never been the softest guy, but he really had to step it up, and you could tell he did versus Nakamura, because Nakamura will knock you out for real. Like I said, it may be the show stealer. Up to this point, I was thinking Aries hit a Death Valley driver on the apron. That was sick. Nakamura wins, actually, via a Kinshasa after a diving flying knee to the back of Aries' head and the reverse exploder. Nakamura gets the win. The match was about a 7.5, maybe even 8. Maybe. It was a really good match. I really enjoyed it. Next match was for the women's title, and Nia Jax challenges Asuka. Nia's power game looked really strong, as expected. Felt like she was really rough with Asuka, though, like legitimately rough with her. I'm not. Maybe just me, but Asuka's a tiny chick, you know. Jax missed the leg drop and actually got a Shining Wizard from Asuka. Asuka couldn't lock in the Asuka log, but ends up retaining anyways via, I think, 3 kicks. One of them kind of resembled another Shining Wizard. The running style. White to a prone Nia Jax, so that was cool. I definitely was rooting for Asuka to keep her title, and I hope she keeps that title until she moves up to the main roster, and unless we see somebody making an appearance in NXT that catches my eye. Asuka's my girl. She really is. Match was about a 6 of 10. Wasn't horrible, but could have been better. Next, backstage in the middle of a interview with William Regal, we see Bobby Roode with, I guess, his agent or his manager walk behind him and into Regal's office. So Bobby Roode, I cannot wait for him to come. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of Eric Young also. Next match in our main event of the evening was Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe for the NXT title in a steel cage match. NXT's first ever steel cage match. Balor had his demon entrance as usual for the TakeOver events, but he ended up being behind a cage panel, pushing it over and crawling over. I thought that was pretty inventive, kind of cool. Balor actually hit a sling blade from the top rope. He kind of missed it a little bit, but it still looked cool. It was nice. Balor kicked out of the Muscle Buster. Joe kicked out of the coup de grace. But in the end, as I was expecting, because I expect Balor to make his main roster debut very, very soon. So Joe retains via a Muscle Buster from the standing on the middle rope. Finn Balor was climbing over the cage, but he ends up grabbing him, getting him in the Muscle Buster. Super Muscle Buster from the middle rope. That was really cool. Match was about a 7 of 10. The whole event overall was about a 7.5 of 10 maybe. For me, it was very enjoyable. I probably actually might watch that again tonight, maybe. Because I love me some NXT. I'm not going to lie, guys. But I hope you enjoyed this review and any other review or videos that I may upload on YouTube. I guess we'll catch you guys next time. Super kick that like button, that subscribe button, share it to your Facebook, Twitter, anything else so maybe another wrestling fan can see. We'll get on out of here, guys. Peace out.